We'll start with you, Chris, where you're once again melting hearts with an Instagram post just a couple days ago that your wife took you on an airplane to sleep, holding your children asleep with a bag of chips right there.
That's good parenting.
Yes.
Take them to sleep, a bag of chips.
That's true. That's true. At the same time, though, you make all of us guys look bad because that is just, it's hard to compete with that. That was just so much adorableness in that picture.
Oh, thank you, mate. We had a big holiday travelling around Australia, and the kids were as exhausted as anyone, so I think it wasn't my parenting. It was the lack of energy they had.
You were pretty exhausted too yourself.
I've come, all the way from Australia, and I stopped in LA for a night, and now here. But no, it's great, hanging out with all the fans and the people who keep us employed and all the sort of love and appreciation. It's just awesome. So thank you, everybody.
And thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules for being here. I know Philadelphia appreciates it. And of course, Mr. Hiddleston, you are in the rumor mill right now. I was just reading today, within the next few days, they're going to announce what you could just go ahead and announce right now, that you're the next 007.
Sorry to disappoint you, everybody. I don't think that announcement is coming. But I'm very gratified to hear the enthusiasm. There's not much I can say that I haven't already said, but I know your guess is as good as mine, to be honest.
So maybe you can confirm the title of the next one, 007 Ragnarok.
So it's going to be a very large ensemble, the clash of the two.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. Well, continued luck, potentially, if that does or doesn't happen. If not, I think we'll be okay if you stick around the Marvel Universe for a while.
Yeah.
I suppose we should say that you probably can't give us too much info about Thor Ragnarok. So if we shoot down a lot of these questions, what can you say? Like, why should we be excited for the upcoming movie?
Man, it is a lot of fun. I think tonally, a big shift in a great way than anything we've seen before. Taika Waititi, the director, if you know any of his work, is he's just incredible sort of comedic talent, a lot of heart in everything he does. It's a very different Thor. It's a different Loki. I think we go off to a whole other world that we haven't experienced before. It's fun, but that's me skirting around the issue because I can't say too much.
Can't say too much, absolutely. All right, well, let's go to some fan Q&A here. We'll start with this side. And young lady, what's your question?
Hi, I'm Jasmine. My question is actually just for Tom. Sorry, Chris.
My throat hurts, so go ahead.
I work with a Shakespeare company in Delaware, so I'm a huge fan of a lot of your stage work, and I was wondering if you could only play, ever, for the rest of your life, one character from one of Shakespeare's plays, who would it be and why? Thank you.
These are big questions for a Saturday afternoon. I mean, they're all so great. They're all great. I don't know, if I did one, if you could play one, Chris, which would you play?
Thor. Most favourite love Shakespeare plays.
I think it is an underrated Shakespeare play. The Tragedy of Thor, Prince of Asgard. I might start it one day myself, actually. Probably, I would love to play. Whatever I say, you're going to hold me to. I know you. I don't know. There are some great ones. I'm going to give you three, which isn't allowed, but I have a microphone, you don't.
So shut up.
Juliet, definitely, yeah. Will you be my Romeo?
Sure, yeah.
Woo!
And in that moment, we created a monster. Probably
Nothing but love up on this stage. For you too.
Benedict and Much Ado, thank you for the shout out. So Benedict and Much Ado, when I'm old and grey, if I make it that far, King Lear. and maybe the Danish prince. We'll have to wait and see.
You'd be great as any of them. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Winter Soldier.
Since this panel is called Brotherly Love, do you consider yourself brothers, or do you have any brotherly stories to tell?
Well, I was made an honorary Hemsworth a couple of years ago, which was a big day for me. It was a huge moment. It was like Mowgli being accepted by the wolves.
A lot of jungle book in my house.
I don't have any brothers, so to have an on-screen brother is a lovely thing. Brotherly love. My brother from another mother.
Hello. I just finished watching The Night Manager, which was excellent. So my question for both of you is, do you prefer playing the superhero characters or your run-of-the-mill average Joe characters?
Have you played any run-of-the-mill average Joe? This guy looks like a run-of-the-mill average Joe. Jesus. Run-of-the-mill average Joe is out of business. I personally, my greatest sort of source of pride is that I've been allowed to play so many different characters. To play different people in different contexts, some of them supervillains with daddy issues. Or to play someone like Pine, who I found is so incredibly romantic and courageous. He's such a brave, deeply brave character. It's all part of my joy at exploring the human condition. So I like them all.
I'd like to play a villain, not that he's average Joe, but I think there's, often playing the hero, you're restricted into, there's a certain sort of expectation and set of rules. He has to be good, he has to do the right thing and so on. And I feel like that's why, I love villains on screen often more than the hero, due to the sort of lack of boundaries they have and the sort of exploration they can embark on. So yeah, it'd be nice just for something different too.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm from China, and I've been loving you for years. And my question is, in the first part of Thor 2, in the prison, Thor easily saw through Loki's illusion. And so, do you think, it's for both of you, do you think there is a possibility that in the end of Thor 2, Thor actually knew that it was Loki planning all in, but he didn't figure it out, and why?
It's a really good question.
Good question. I'd love to say yes to give Thor more intelligence. I don't think he did. Stupidity. No, I don't think he did. I think it's more interesting coming into the next one, him having no clue, But yeah, interesting question.
I mean, Loki does a very good impersonation of Odin, I think. You've got to admit. He really goes, he almost goes to the lengths that you've gone. Like he gets the costume and the eye patch and manages to get Anthony Hopkins to come and do it for a day.
Anthony Hopkins, that's a good interpretation.
That's his sort of mastery of illusions, I think. And what's exciting about Ragnarok is that it kind of, there's some questions that need answering, shall we say. Maybe you'll find that. Thank you.
So we all know that Loki's a human guy. The focus means Red House has been great for great. However, when it comes to Nightmare and your future villain James Bond, do you consider yourself dancing to save the moment, to do the heroic things?
Dude, can I just, what?
They call me the end.
Darth Trump.
you can't be president.
All right, I'll ask it this way. All right, so you made a fantastic performance within The Night Manager. It's an amazing miniseries. However, with the rumors of you going through potentially being 007 and your proclivity to dance on stage, can we imagine some kind of extravagant dance scene as 007 for the first time?
That
Definitely.
that question's for Chris, right? Yeah.
I think you should, yeah. Dance right now.
I wonder if he's ever danced before. He must have done, right? He slowed down. Does he slow up? Some people know more than I do. Tango. Pierce Brosnan dances in the Thomas Crown Affair. I guess that maybe. I'll pitch it for you. All right. So, with thanks to the Donald. Go and build a wall somewhere, dude. Oh, here.
Hello. So first of all, I'd like to thank you guys for being here. I know there's probably like other places you'd rather be, but it does mean a great deal to a lot of people. So thank you.
This is fantastic.
But my question for you is, both of you as actors, you put so much work into a variety of roles and characters who come from such different places. But I feel like publicly, sometimes people just like tag you as Loki and Thor, and that's kind of it. And how does that make you feel as actors, as perhaps not getting as much recognition for the work you put into your art?
You know, I think that I'm so grateful, and we both got these roles at the same time in our lives, and obviously the popularity of the Marvel Universe is so reaches so far and wide, and I guess some of the other films we made maybe don't have the same reach, and not for any reasons that we can judge. It's just, you know, people love these movies all over the world. So
it's funny because I think both, you know, that this was certainly the biggest thing we'd ever done and kind of kicked our career, and so you're kind of spoiled from the beginning because then you expect that kind of response with everything, and you're like, oh, not as many people turned up for this one, you know, and then you realise, no, it's because the Marvel Universe is, you know, way larger than we are, and how lucky we are to be a part of it, and I think it's a challenge to then try and do things outside of those roles and get recognition, but you know, this role only ever gave me opportunities to do anything else. So I think none of it I feel any sort of disappointment about. You know, I think it's all, I just feel happy to be working.
the question, thank you then.
Hi, I'm so nervous here. It's so amazing to see you guys here. My question is, we all know that most of you have played a lot of great characters other than Thor and Loki. If you have a chance to, like each of you, choose one of your former characters and to make them meet with each other's character, which two would you like to pick and let them meet?
If I had to I'd probably choose James Hunt from Rush. That was just a character I love playing and love the film. But as far as would you get along with whoever you choose, I don't know.
But quite interesting, like, it would be quite interesting to have like a meet-up between Jonathan Pine and James Hunt, wouldn't it? Jonathan the Night Manager, yeah.
It takes a long time to get there because the seas are rough and boats go slow.
Sorry, Chris, you don't have to make excuses.
I've got 3 kids, I don't want anything.
Or they could be like, oh God, I don't know. What do you think? What would be the most interesting SmackDown?
How about Kirk from Star Trek?
Or the guy, what was the good character's name in Ghostbusters? Kevin meets the Great Escaper from the Muppets.
Thank you. Hi, thanks for being here. I guess, Tom, this is a question for you. I feel like the longer that you have one villain in a story, kind of as a serial, there's a risk for them to become one-dimensional. So how are you going to approach Loki the fourth time around now to continue to bring out his depth?
That's a great question. I have to say, I'm so excited about playing him again. I really haven't played him properly since like the end of 2012. I know Dark World came out in 2013, but the last time I put the suit on was in 2012, if you exclude San Diego Comic Con. I don't know if you include that or not, but thank you. What I'm interested in really is how his attitudes have changed. While Thor was away with his body, he's fighting a computer. I think you'll see. There's all sorts of interesting things. I'm 4 years old. Chris is 4 years old. There'll be just new things we find in it. The most exciting thing about it is always that he is a trickster. It is trying to find new ways of him being mischievous, because I love doing that. And I hope that you guys love watching that. Yeah. And let's not forget, there's no secret that the Hulk shows up in Ragnarok. And the last time Loki and Hulk were in the same room, it didn't go very well for Loki, so he's got a few chips on his shoulder. Yeah, but it's fun. You'll see.
Okay, well, we look forward to it. Thanks.
So, my question is, we're gonna play 3 Mary, Kiss, and Kill questions for audition. Some choose will be a little bit different. So, Chris will choose between the Warrior 3 and Loki. For Tom, will be choose between the Warrior 3 and Chris and Thor. Please don't confuse each other.
Like the game, like who would you marry, who would you be friends with, who would you kill, that type of game.
I'm pretty sure it's not who would you be friends with.
Yeah. She kept it PG, we kept it PG, okay.
Everyone knows the game, I think. Goodness me. Well,
Warriors 3 and Thor.
there's a lot of men in that group. I have no judgment about that at all. Just the idea of playing that game, not the PG rated. Yes.
Well, I think Thor and Sif always had a thing in one of the comics, didn't they? So they maybe have a thing in this game. Not what the hell was it? Warriors. She is the. Oh well. I call the Warriors 4, so she is there. Well, yeah. I haven't played this game, so I'm confused. Next question. Don't take too long. We'll do this later.
You tried.
Hi guys, thank you for being here. So we just had Captain America Civil War, which was incredible, and the Avengers had a bit of a family tiff, to put it mildly. And the status quo has changed dramatically while Thor has been gone. So I was just wondering how you were thinking about how he would respond to that when he comes back, what he thinks about what happened between Steve and Tony, what his response will be when he comes back.
I think he's just really upset he wasn't involved, right?
And I'll be like, sort it out, idiots. This is silly. I don't know. I Sure, I don't know where that's going to, the story's going to go when Thor does come back. But I think it comes quite a shock that they're not all getting along and having a bit of a tiff. But we'll see what kind of larger element. Is that larger than their individual disputes and they need to come together to sort it out? Who knows? I don't know. I just don't know any of how they're that far ahead of the film, whether we're
Logan's like, when I came down to Earth, I brought you guys together. And I've left and you're fighting each other. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
He's going to come back and beat them all.
I like this idea.
Me too, thank you.
Talk about internet rumors and speculation.
Can we just, while we're on the Civil War, can we talk about that Chris Evans does a bicep curl with a helicopter? I was just going to bring that up. Seriously, when I watched that movie, I was like, if you don't love that, we can't be friends.
Do your chores, kid. Thank you for that question.
Hi. I want to thank Tom for bringing up Kevin in Ghostbusters because this is a question for Chris about Ghostbusters. Because you're here, you're talking about Thor and you're well known as like the big manly man. He's a huge hero. And, he's larger than life, he's a god. And then now you're playing Kevin in Ghostbusters. He's the Janine. And first of all, I am super excited for this movie. But can you just talk a little bit about the difference between playing Thor and playing Kevin?
Yeah, a lot of differences. I didn't have to go to the gym, which was nice.
We like that you go to the gym.
We love when you go to the gym.
Love going. It was... It was a lot different, and it kind of came alive when we got there because I remember talking to Paul, the director, and not really knowing what the character was, and he said it's fine, but it's going to be a lot of improvisation, and we got there, and the girls and myself, we just started sort of, improvising, and this character kind of took off, and he's completely wacky, and needs to be rescued most of the time, and probably does more harm than good, and doesn't even know how to answer the phone, and he's just hoping to get some free rent. He's hoping that comes with the job, which it kind of does.
Chris, would you say
Yes, Tom.
would you say that maybe Thor is the greatest performance you've ever given, and that Kevin is much closer to home?
Kevin's much more me,
I can't wait to see Ghostbusters. You can't wait to see Ghostbusters.
So when you guys first met, did you get along like right away, or did it take some time?
we got along. I think it was at Ken's house.
We were at Ken Cabana's house.
Ken flew myself, Natalie Portman, Tom, the writer, all out to his house in London, and we all had this sort of 3-4 day sort of introduction and hang out of the script, and me and Tom, we just sort of instantly kind of got along, and we're like, wow, isn't this crazy? Because we were both at the very early stage, at the beginning of our career, and huge fans of these comics and this story and what it could be, and talking about all sorts of possibilities. And every time we're at something like this, and Tom said to me 20 minutes ago, he said, can you believe that 6 years ago we first started, this thing and these characters, and here we are. So it was awesome.
I walked into Ken Cabana's office, and I had the response that many of you have when you see Chris for the first time, which is, Jesus Christ. Huge. And then actually Natalie arrived, and we went off, and Jesus Christ. And we were dispatched to go and train together, and we went for a run, and we lifted some logs, I think. But it was really cool. It was just the coolest thing. And somehow we both felt like we had the best luck, and that it was going to be this great adventure, and in that moment we were completely bonded by it. And it has been the most incredible adventure, the whole thing. Very lucky.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say I love you guys, not only as Thor and Loki, but in The Heart of the Sea and in Coriolanus. I love those movies. But I wanted to ask, what has Loki been up to since we last seen him? And what is a day in the life as King Loki?
Well, the trains run on time for once. Streets are clean. Taxis are low.
But essentially the people are sad. Dictatorship.
These new posters everywhere of Loki's face that come this way. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I could tell you, but I'm not going to.
You'll get to see it though.
Because you'll get to see in November 2017. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, how you guys doing? In Avengers 1, Hulk is throwing around Loki. How did you do that scene? Did that hurt?
It hurt my pride, my dignity, and my self-esteem. It was a very, very funny day at work because it was just me in the room. There wasn't Mark Ruffalo wasn't there. It was me and Joss Whedon, and the art directors and the set decorators had dug out these trenches in the set. And so what I had to do was I had to essentially jump into these things, which felt like the most ridiculous thing I'd ever done. As if I was being Hulk smashed. It was just the stupidest. I mean, if you could have been there. Joss Whedon couldn't keep a straight face. I couldn't keep a straight face. Yeah, so we kept ourselves entertained. But I'm glad to see it worked out. Yes.
Like 007 or something. So if you were to get that role, or even just a role that's similar to it, would you want Chris to play some sort of villain? And if so, what kind of villain do you think it would be? Like someone to take over the world like Loki, or more subtle, just kind of destroy you personally?
By the way, I'd be first in line to see Chris as a villain in something. That'd be awesome. I think it's hilarious that he just wants to destroy me personally. It's a real fantastic job. I don't know. What kind of villain would you like to play, bud?
I don't know. No idea.
Like thinking Javier Bardem in Skyfall, you thinking...
You can't go popping someone else.
No, of course, yeah. Very original work. Yeah.
Maybe something like Loki or something. I don't know, I just want with no parameters and no rules, and but I don't know. Yeah, it's an interesting question. I don't know, it'd be interesting.
It would be fun to do something contemporary with Chris. I mean,
it'd be nice to have the role reversal, and play the villain.
Two anti-heroes. We just entertain.
Hi, first off, Tom, I have to say you're probably the best birthday present I could have ever gotten this year. And Chris, you were pretty much icing on the cake, so it's wonderful to have you guys here. Tom, I know you're a big Doctor Who fan, and I know with all the rumors going around with being the next Bond, but if you, in a perfect world, got to choose, would you rather be the next Doctor or the next Bond?
Everyone tweet this response.
How do you pick? It's like asking Chris to choose between his favorite children. What do you think?
Dr. Bond.
I was going to say Doctor, but I'm not doing anything, so I'm biased.
Honestly, I couldn't possibly say because I don't know that I will ever be either of
you.
I'm Sophie. I recently just had the pleasure last month of having Mark Ruffalo as my college commencement speaker, and he gave a really great speech kind of helping to inspire us as young graduates and creatives. And I was wondering what advice you guys would give to aspiring artists or actors or anyone that's, just needs a little picking up.
Advice is always tricky, isn't it? It's, you got something to
I remember being in high school and having a different idea of the week, what I wanted to do and so on. And that came from, I just wanted to do something that made me happy. And I watched a lot of people, in employment that they didn't love and weren't inspired by, and I don't want to do that. I want to do something that takes me on all sorts of adventures. And so I thought, I'm going to be an actor. And a lot of the sort of career advice I got from my teachers was, wow, that's ridiculous. What's your backup plan? Or what's your thing? And I just never had one. I was sort of obsessed with this idea then, and I think you've got to truly love it because there is a lot of no's, a lot of doors being closed. But if that's what kind of fulfills your soul and that's what keeps you inspired and active in life and moving forward and continually sort of searching, then I think go and chase it and do it. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. But yeah, as I said, just whatever makes you happy, I think.
And really go after it. I mean, go after it and chase it down. Don't take no for an answer. Bash your head through the brick wall and keep doing it. The great tragedy is that one day you look back on your life and say, I wish I had. I wish I had just tried it. I wish I'd tried this. I've said this before, but we all get one life and it's a short one, and you have to spend it doing things that you love. And the more you love what you do, the more you inspire those around you, the more you create an environment which is full of love and life and fun and energy. So go after it with every fiber of your being.
Hi. My question is, how do you prepare yourself to be the characters you play, like in movies like in Thor? Like, how do you prepare yourself to be against each other?
We usually just laugh about it, actually. I mean, about being against each other.
Yeah.
I get the great thing about
it. If you get along.
Yeah.
Because you're both kind of open to saying, what if we try this, or would it be fun if we did that, whatever. And then, there's no sort of grudge held or animosity. It's just kind of a search for whatever the best scenario of that relationship or that scene is,
But it's fun. When I get ready, when I put the Loki costume on, it's like having a fun day. And it always feels like it's going to be fun, especially working with this guy.
Aww.
I was wondering if, Chris, you were aware of Anthony Mackie's obsession with your hair.
Oh wow, that's good. I might go discuss it with him later. Thanks, Sam. I had no idea that. Russian, or what? Well, he can. Let's get him up here.
There is like when all the Avengers are assembled in the room and Chris walks in, the air does change a bit. People kind of like start to get a little bashful.
Rub their hair. No, they don't.
Hi. The Hollow Crown is such an important piece to me. It reintroduced me to Shakespeare during a really difficult time in my life, and now I can't imagine my life without the beauty of Shakespeare. So thank you for that. My question is, what is your all-time favorite work from Shakespeare?
There's such depth in all of it. I really couldn't pick one, I don't think. And the reason I think he's such a deeply loved and admired playwright and a genius, and the reason he keeps being performed is that you can, at different points in your life, whether you're reading it or performing it or watching it, you find different access points to it. So maybe when you're younger and you just love Romeo and Juliet because you can kind of empathize with that headlong passion. It feels very true to where you are. But maybe when you're older and you watch some of the later plays, you can empathize with the fathers and the kings or the queens or the mothers, you know. I think that is why he's so rewarding as a playwright. So it's very difficult for me to pick, actually. But he has, as a writer, he just has this way of speaking to everyone. He speaks to everyone's experience, which is extraordinary. Yeah.
She doesn't care your opinion about this.
I don't really read much Shakespeare.
That's why she walked away.
You can tell, right? Yeah.
Now she feels better.
No, that's cool. No, I did a Shakespeare play in high school and didn't know what the hell I was saying. Still don't know what the play was about. It was called Much Ado About Nothing, which Ken Branagh directed a movie about, which I love the movie. But
you play?
I played Don Pedro.
Denzel.
Yeah. So that's what he did. But I never studied Shakespeare. You know, I never went to school for it. And if I spend a lot of time reading it, I'll go, okay, I think I get the sense of that. But yeah, it's not in my sort of wheelhouse. You know?
I'd like to see Chris Hemsworth do Shakespeare. I talked about Anderson having that over the years.
I just need a little interpretation of me, but sometimes.
Hi, my son's a little nervous, so this question is for Tom.
Hey, buddy.
If you could play any hero, who would you play?
I could play any hero?
Yes.
I'll play Thor. Right here.
You're my hero, buddy. You're standing up there, even though you're a bit embarrassed. Good on you. We love you, mate.
And I love you, Tom.
I certainly couldn't have done what he did, even getting in line to do this at his age.
Give him a round.
Let's give him a round of applause. And actually, out of that note, we're out of time already.
Aww.
We need to get you guys back to the floor. Thank you again sincerely for coming out.